Early life and criminal beginnings. 1. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born into a lower middle-class family in Rio Negro, Colombia. 2. As a young man, he showed entrepreneurial skills and engaged in various illicit activities, including selling fake lottery tickets and contraband cigarettes. 3. Escobar's criminal career began in the late 1960s when he started smuggling stolen cars into neighboring countries, earning him significant profits. Rise to power and the Medellin cartel. 1. In the 1970s, Escobar, along with his associates Carlos Leder, José Gonzalo Rodríguez Gacha, and others, formed the Medellin cartel. 2. The cartel initially focused on trafficking marijuana but later shifted its attention to the highly profitable cocaine trade. 3. Escobar used his intelligence and ruthless tactics to rapidly expand the cartel's operations, gaining control over the entire cocaine supply chain. Cocaine empire and violent tactics. 1. The Medellin cartel dominated the global cocaine trade during the 1980s, supplying massive quantities of cocaine to the United States and Europe. 2. Escobar was notorious for his brutal tactics, which included ordering the killings of rival drug traffickers, law enforcement officials, and innocent civilians. 3. He used bombings and acts of terror to pressure the Colombian government into complying with his demands and avoiding extradition to the United States. Political influence and corruption. 1. Escobar's immense wealth and power allowed him to infiltrate Colombian society, influencing politicians, law enforcement, and even judges. 2. He bribed government officials, politicians, and military personnel to protect his drug operations and evade capture. 3. The extensive corruption within Colombian institutions enabled Escobar to operate with relative impunity for years. Robin Hood image and popularity. 1. Escobar strategically used his wealth to fund infrastructure projects, schools, hospitals, and housing for the poor in Colombia. 2. By portraying himself as a benefactor, he gained the support and loyalty of local communities, particularly in Medellin. 3. This combination of violence and social assistance created a complex relationship between Escobar and the Colombian public, with some viewing him as a folk hero and others as a ruthless criminal. International notoriety. 1. By the late 1980s, Escobar's power and influence extended beyond Colombia, making him a global figure. 2. The United States, in particular, became increasingly alarmed by the influx of cocaine and the violence associated with the drug trade. 3. The U.S. government intensified efforts to extradite Escobar and dismantle the Medellin cartel, leading to a heightened focus on international cooperation in combating drug trafficking. Escobar's luxurious lifestyle. 1. Escobar's vast wealth allowed him to live a lavish lifestyle, marked by extravagant mansions, private planes, yachts, and luxury cars. 2. He acquired a sprawling estate called Hacienda Naples, which featured a zoo with exotic animals and an artificial lake. 3. Escobar's ostentatious displays of wealth and opulence contrasted with the poverty and inequality faced by many in Colombia. Escobar's war on the Colombian state. 1. As pressure mounted on Escobar and the Medellin cartel, he initiated a violent campaign against the Colombian state, known as the narco-terrorism era. 2. This period was characterized by bombings, assassinations, and attacks on government institutions and public spaces. 3. Escobar believed that through targeted violence and negotiation, he could manipulate the Colombian government and secure favorable treatment for himself and his cartel. Manhunt and capture. 1. In response to Escobar's reign of terror, the Colombian government, with the assistance of U.S. intelligence agencies, launched a massive manhunt. 2. The search for Escobar lasted for years, involving intense surveillance, intelligence operations, and cooperation between various law enforcement entities. 3. The operation intensified in the early 1990s, and on December 2, 1993, Escobar was finally located and confronted by Colombian authorities in a house in Medellin. Death of Pablo Escobar. 1. In the climactic moments of the confrontation, known as Operación Search Block, a shootout ensued between Escobar and Colombian forces. 2. Escobar was fatally shot on the rooftop of the house, bringing an end to his reign as the head of the Medellin cartel. 3. His death marked the end of an era, but the impact of his criminal empire and the challenges it posed to Colombia's stability and security persisted. 1. Legacy and impact. 1. Pablo Escobar's life and activities had a profound and lasting impact on Colombia. 2. His legacy includes a trail of violence, corruption, and socio-economic imbalances that the country continues to grapple with. 3. The dismantling of the Medellin cartel opened up new opportunities for other criminal organizations to fill the void, perpetuating the cycle of drug-related violence in the region. It is important to note that this summary provides a detailed account of Pablo Escobar's life and activities. However, for a comprehensive understanding, further research, reading, and exploration of primary and secondary sources are highly recommended.